Let's say you are ready to launch your holiday and winter collection. You've done all of the things. You have watched my fragrance oil suggestions video. After that, you went ahead and used my 30-day plan video for preparing and following through and creating all of your products. And you finally have made it to the day of your launch. You are super excited. You have launched everything, removed the password from your website, sent out the email blasts, posted about it on social media, only to get some scattered sales. It's at this point where full-time makers or just makers with a greater availability have an advantage, right? They're able to turn to local events or travel for vendor markets. But people like us, makers that are working within 5 hours a week, they're maintaining their career or their day job. They're not giving up time with their family or trading their time with their family for their business. We are at a disadvantage, right? Because we can't spread ourselves to all of those different areas to kind of make sure that we get those sales. We just don't have that luxury. So, what is it that we can do to really put our best foot forward and make sure that our launch goes exactly how we want it to go and we get those steady sales? We get maybe a little sellout moment. 'Tis the season. Let's talk about it right now. Welcome. I'm just popping in for a quick moment to say hey and thank you for stopping by the Strategy Studio. My name is Sarah, and I started a handmade business back in 2021 with my daughter. Over time, we really grew to like a non-manageable way of being a physical product-based business. We ran into this wall of like overwhelm, indecision, burnout. I was missing all of my kids' activities. It was not a happy place for me anymore, which is what brought me here to start the Strategy Studio. This is a hub for part-time handmade business owners who have no intention of quitting their day job, just like me. I hope you subscribe and let's dive back into the content. I really feel like this video today portrays a very underrepresented part of being a handmade business owner. I'm not sure if people don't mention it out of like self-preservation or they kind of attach what we're going to talk about to like branding or blanket statementing it, I don't think that's a real word, as a unique selling perspective. I think that a lot of people just kind of brush past this. It's such an important foundation, and I do think, again, it's very underrepresented and we need to be talking about it, and that is your brand concept. The first way we can look at this is through a back end business owner lens, right? So brand concepts, they are something that encompasses your entire brand. I definitely forgot to explain exactly what the brand concept is. It is not a unique selling perspective, and it's also not your regular branding. Like if you think of, going on Etsy and typing in like a branding board, right? They'll give you colors, they'll give you fonts, they'll give you logo options, they'll give you a watermark option, and like a mood board type situation. That is not a brand concept. That is encompassed by your brand concept. So if you look at it like a book or think about it like a book, you all know I love my books. A brand concept is the cover that encompasses your entire business, and the inside of the book is like your products, your collection, your branding board, your unique selling perspective, everything that you launch, your messaging, your marketing, your brand voice, and all of those things, right? So the concept is the one thing I hesitate to say that you want to be known for, because a lot of people say that and it's not that exactly. It's so much more. I have developed an entire workshop based on brand concept and what exactly it is, what it isn't, when you should be using it, how it helps you, like how you can actually find your brand concept, a brainstorming session. It's a whole workshop. It is free. By the time you see this, it should be posted in the description box below and on my stand store. Again, it is 100% free. And then you can go through all of that to kind of help you like really dive into your specific brand's concept and figure out exactly what that is, right? And then how it can lead you forward. Okay. I'm not going to do any more of that here because, like I said, that workshop is amazing. And if I do say so myself, and it is free. So, what it can do for you is having a strong brand concept can really help guide your collection decisions. You'll be super like aware of what fits your brand story and what doesn't fit it. And that helps you be more clear and concise and intentional with the things that you're putting out to your customers. It makes you more trustworthy, it makes you more productive, and it helps grow a loyal audience or customer base. It definitely keeps you focused on what your exact goals are. Before I had a brand concept, I was chasing like the viral product. I was chasing the sellout moment. I was chasing the products that looked like everyone else's. I was luxury, which we all know luxury isn't even luxury anymore. Everyone can be luxury. Anyone can be luxury. It's definitely not a brand concept, but even more so, it's not a good brand descriptor. Same thing with words like organic or handmade or small batch. Here comes the first interruption by one of my three. Yeah. What are you doing? Okay, here we go. So here's where I was at. It really helps you stay focused on what aligns with your brand, which is in turn going to help you reach your goals. Before I did this, I truly was grasping at straws and I was being everywhere and I was spreading myself so thin. It was so miserable. And I will never, ever do that again. It really was a terrible way to try and grow a handmade business. Once you have your brand concept, it's just super easy to like keep track of what aligns and what's going to help you reach your ultimate goals. It also helps you clarify where it's worth showing up. Like once you create your brand concept, it'll be very easy to tell if you should be doing vendor markets, if that's an option for you, if you should be doing special events. Maybe you want to host DIY workshops. Maybe Etsy's the right choice for you. Maybe TikTok Shop is the right choice for you, right? There's no one way to build and grow and sell your products, but if you have a brand concept, it will really help you kind of refine the place where you should spend your time and like selling capabilities. It also helps you, and again, this is another thing that's super underrated, is it helps you cohesively write your messaging or your email marketing or your captions or your signage, all of those things that you have to write, right, that are considered copy for your business. It helps you create a cohesive way of doing it, which will in turn make it easier for you, especially if you can apply this brand concept into your ChatGPT and then use that, like use the two together to come up with the messaging. That's also a really great way to kind of take some of that stress off of yourself, but still have your business sound like you, right? Because obviously we wanted to. That's something that can really help you there as well. The second lens, right, that your brand concept really helps you kind of see through is from the customer's end of your business. Ultimately, we know what the goal is. We want to sell our products. We want loyal customers that come back. We want the customers that absolutely love our products and they leave us reviews and everything is amazing. So here are some things that your brand concept can help when it comes, like they can help with when it comes to your customers. First, and I think that, in my opinion, this is the strongest one. Having a solid brand concept that is fully developed can really give the customers something to resonate with or relate to you with. It'll be a little bit different depending on whether you are the face of your business or you are just a piece of the business, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like if you do markets, you are the face of your business, but if you sell online, that's also not a word, but if you sell online, then your products are the face of the business, right? Like, you see what I'm saying there? So it just helps them be like, man, Sarah said she had been wearing this lotion for 5 hours at the market and she'd been super sweaty and her skin still feels really soft and I can still smell it on her body. Or if you're trying to sell online, they can resonate with the vibe of your posts or the caption that you write or the look of your product, as long as you have that same strong brand concept. The brand concept is also important because it can show people that don't know you, right, or have just discovered you, that your products are worth the extra cost and or the wait time. So, as we know, handmade products, as they should be, are priced a little bit more expensively or a lot more expensively than, general store products. And this is for great reason. We already know the reasons. We don't need to dive into those. I won't waste your time with them. But we need to charge more because we have handmade these, we have selected the products, etc. I said I wasn't going to go into it, and now I'm going into it. So let me stop and refocus here. But a lot of people are deterred by that because they are looking for the cost, not the value. So you have to spend some time when you're trying to resonate with them or giving them something to relate to, kind of educating them on what is so great about your products, right? And like I said, minimal ingredients is no longer a keyword or a concept or a unique selling perspective. It's overdone. Everyone knows, and it has now become an expectation that your handmade products will have minimal ingredients in it. It's an expectation that these products are made by hand in small batches, unless you have a production, in which case, most cases at least, you won't have the handmade aspect because you'll have a full production. But anyway, I feel like I keep going on these little side tangents. You want your customers to resonate with you so that they don't mind that they're going to pay a little bit more because they would rather pay you than a big box store. This is exactly what happened with me and my fall collection. I made a very small Whispers of Fall collection. I was going to launch it on my Shopify website, but through kind of my pivot and really, really making sure that my brand concept was woven through every single fiber of my business, I've decided to close my Shopify website and really focus on local orders online, right? So that's kind of like where I'm at. My Whispers of Fall collection, I did a lot of posting about it on my personal Facebook, and I worked a lot with the boutique that I still stock at to kind of have like this cool fall marketing campaign, which I have been filming a video on, but I won't post it until the end of the month because I want to be able to give you guys like the full case study of it from like conception to actually putting it into motion and then like the sales and how things went afterwards. So if that video hasn't been posted by the time you see this, then it will be upcoming. So I launched my fall line and I only put it on my Facebook. It was a very small, very intentional line. And when I launched it, I sold 7 of the candles within the first hour of it being posted. I did go and restock the boutique, and 3 of the ones that I had there had been sold. And I can't remember the exact amount that I made. I think I made 20. I'm trying to think. I had 24 vessels ordered. 5 of them broke, which is 19. And then they sent me another case to replace that. So 19 plus 12 would be 32, I think. So I sold half of them within the first week of posting them, which was awesome. The other great thing was, I'm a teacher, right? So I had posted it, and some of my coworkers were like, oh my gosh, like I really want to smell your candles, whatever. And what ended up happening was, the candles were a little bit expensive. They were $30 each or 2 for 50. And someone that I work with were buddies. She was like, I would so much rather give you this money than go to one of the other, the typical 3-wick candle store. If you're picking up what I'm putting down here, she was like, I would so much rather give you this money for your candles because I know that they are full of like what you say they are, and they're not hiding a ton of ingredients around. Right. Actually, I have one back here on the machine. Here's one of them. This is the last one. This is the last one of this fragrance, Lost in the Leaves. Beauty. And then in the same token, the wait time, sometimes products take a little bit to get to the customer, especially if you're trying to organize meetups and things like that. But if your customer base loves you, that they are going to be and are loyal to you, they are willing to wait. It's also great because they come to know what to expect from your brand and trust you without having to take a chance over and over again, right? So if you are constantly launching the new viral product, you have to think about it like every time you launch a new product, your customer base has to re-trust you. Even if they love you, they're still going to be like, "Ugh, I don't know, is that diffuser going to work?" I always think of car diffusers when I think of like viral products. Is that car diffuser going to work? Is it going to be a waste of money? Her candles are awesome, but what if this product's not, right? So every time you're introducing something new, you have to regain your customers' trust and their loyalty to it. If you're launching less things, but being more intentional about it because you have your brand concept and you know exactly what fits, you don't have to go through that process. It eases the barrier for purchasing and has your customers returning to you faster. Now, I know this is a lot, but it really is like the best and most focused way to make moves in your business as a part-time business owner. I definitely think it does apply to like having a brand concept if you are a full-time maker, but we need to be super strategic because we still do have that day job, like I talked about. I know I keep harping on it, but I just want to make sure it is super, super clear that you can have a successful business and run it in less than 5 hours a week, which is why I find myself coming back to my channel week after week and posting these videos for you. A brand concept will not only change the way you think about and run your business and your future and its goals, but it's also going to change the way your customers see you. And that, of course, is the ultimate win. It gives you that little advantage over the other people who have unlimited, potentially unlimited time to dedicate to this business. Okay, that's where I'm going to end the video today. We actually have to get to baseball and soccer, so I'm going to go ahead and hop out the door.